I'm happy with where we're at. We're 2/3 of the way through. Our ones are, I think, where we want them. They've really, really progressed in their knowledge base of what we're trying to do on defense. So I'm really happy with our first 15 football players. Our next 15 have got to get a lot better. They've got some skill there, but they're lacking still in the weight room. We're not real strong with some of our backups. And fundamentally, we're just really raw there, which comes from some youth, but I don't think we're too far away. But our guys that we're counting on to play as backups and fill in have got to start playing a little bit better.
That being said, you talk about how young some of the guys are. Is that something that's more on maybe you and the coaches to get them on top, or is it guys like Tyler or Adro, guys that have come back the second and third time to get them going?
It's a mixture of both. You want the system that we have in place, the culture that we have in place, to take care of some of that development. And that involves players taking ownership, leaders on the team. But you also, that's what they pay me to do. They pay me to take these guys that are raw and young. We bring guys that have great ability in high school, and we have to develop them. We got to get them better. And so it's a mixture of both. I think our leaders are doing a good job, but I think the Durans and the Charles Washingtons and Carl Mickelsons of the team are doing a good job of that. I think we got to continue to coach our butts off with these young dudes. The hardest thing for us right now is patience. Players will be patient with themselves, and you can't let them. You can't let them be relaxed and have days where they're not ready to go, because every day is so important in their development.
With Tyler moving over, what does that mean for you, especially maybe the linebackers too?
Yeah, it's helped the linebackers out a lot. Kyrie and Carl, having that guy be a B and C gap fitter as opposed to an A gap fitter, it's really helped the defense a lot. It's been really good for our nose guards watching, Maurice and Ioane compete too. It's given us a chance to maybe develop depth at that position. If we would have left Tyler at nose, it would have been really hard to rep three guys. Putting Tyler at end has really helped those other two guys battle. So having Tyler cleans up some of the run fits now. There's also something to be said to having a big bad man like Jama line up over the center, when he's snapping that ball. So we're not totally, we might not do that all the time like we are now, but for spring it's been all right.
And how is he taking it? Obviously a guy that's a quality, potentially first-teamer that he maybe should have been too. I mean, how has he been able to take it when he's played so well up in the middle and now he's been pushed to?
It's good for him. It's broadened his knowledge base to the front. It helps him understand the big picture, which is always good, no matter what position you're at, understand what guys are doing around you. It's given him a broader skill set. You do some things differently as an end than you do at nose. So it's made him maybe get some more techniques and fundamentals that he didn't have. Some things that he would have focused on at nose, he's not doing, but he's focusing on some things that ends do specifically that he wouldn't have done. So it's been a good transition for him. And his energy level with it is awesome. He likes playing end. He thinks he's an edge pass rusher. So it's been good to tease him a little bit with it.
I just got done talking to Adro. Does he have a potential of another double-digit sack season? Or?
I just hope he gets lined up every day. No, Dro's worked hard. The biggest thing for Dro is the off season. Physically, he's developing into his frame, which is going to let him do special things on the field. And he's a really, really smart football player. So we're expecting him to be a guy on the edge. We're expecting him to continue to be a problem for the offense. Now, to expect that a guy's going to do that type of sack numbers every year, I'd be lying to you if I told you I expect him to have 11, 12, 13 sacks. I just want him to keep getting better, and if they have to keep worrying about him, we're doing something right.
Coach, year one, didn't get to all the things you wanted to in the playbook. How much did it open up last season, and are you still installing stuff right now?
It opened up a lot more the first half of last season. Then when I had a bunch of injuries there in the secondary, it slowed down a lot, and it hurt us a little bit. We got kind of not stagnant, but we had to play some things that maybe a little bit more than we wanted to. It's opened up a lot. The first 9 practices had been a lot. We really slowed it down today. We didn't want to blitz a lot. Just kind of wanted to line up and play. And I like where we're at. I like where it's developing. I think you're going to see a little bit different defense in the fall too, because we still have some things we're changing.
And how much easier it is to install everything? It seems like a lot of your key guys have been here now for most of your time.
It's crazy easy. This is the easiest I've ever had it with the ones. Our ones, you show it to them in a meeting and it's playing on the field. We're able to go ahead and play some things today that we had installed on practice 1 and 2 and kind of pulled back on. You get to jump back on some things from before, and it's helped us out a lot. The knowledge base in year 3 is a huge asset. It lets me mess with the defense more too. I'm still drawing stuff up.
Any of your red shirts from last season standing out right now?
That's a good question. Randon Knotts when he was healthy. before he dinged up his knee, he was looking good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was going to be as a strong safety. I think it was going to be as a nickel. He was looking good. A couple of those corners, have got a chance. Brian Harper has got a real chance, I think. So we'll see. I got to keep watching film. Those redshirts need spring more than anybody. So talk to me again in about 5 practices. I'll give you a better eval of them.
And then Robert Stanley is a guy that looks pretty impressive with his frame. How's he coming along? And Van Hook as well.
Yeah, both of them have the frame. They're both really raw. They need some more time in the weight room. I think they need some more time with our strength staff. Their change of direction and flexibility needs to get a little bit better. And they've got young guys' sense of urgency right now. They've got the sense of urgency of the guys redshirted and sees a bunch of guys in front of them. So they got to get better at that. They got to show up and be ready to play every day.
And how about Claudell Lewis? He's the guy I'm sure you expect to be.
He's gotten better.
Yeah.
He's gotten better. Not where he needs to be yet, but he's climbed throughout spring. I'm looking forward to watching the film and see what he did today. So it's been encouraging watching him. I feel better than I did before I started spring ball.
At cornerback, I know you got 4 or 5 guys that are getting a lot of reps right now. And how do you approach that with the guys coming in the fall as well?
Well, we're going to see what we got in the spring, and then the ones that are good are going to stay there, and then we'll make room for the guys that aren't here. That's the gig. We're going to find the guys that can play, and the ones that can't, we'll figure out another place for them to play. That's just the truth of it. So I don't know who that's going to be yet, but that's what we're going to do.